understanding how a luminaire works, how control works, and how it has to marry to each other is an extremely important thing for every designer to understand. I want young professionals who are just getting into the field to understand that these aspects are extremely important when you're working with light. The lines between who is doing what is not very clear. You can't just tell the contractor to take care of the driver details and stuff, because the contractor might not be aware what kind of effects you want to achieve and stuff. So it's very important for a lighting designer to be there throughout the whole journey and make sure that these communications happen in the right way with every agency involved. As a practice, what we try and do is that we do a lot of mock-ups with the materials that the architect is planning to work with, which helps us understand how light is behaving with different elements of the space. So the moment we got this, we immediately said, okay, why not do a backlight to this element, which will help us get this nice soft light through the gabion. Now, to our surprise, and of course, I mean, architect was a very inclusive part of this whole exercise, and we were able to create an element which was this, the whole heaviness of gabion that we see by the daytime was completely transformed into a nice, subdued, translucent, vertical experience. So those heavy gabions were transforming into nice, glowing wall elements. So this is the power of mock-ups and practically interacting with the material with light. Another project where we were working with a lot of natural stone cladding and a lot of form exposed concrete elements. And this is where we worked with interaction of combination of lighting controls, customizing of luminaires, and working with the color temperature of light. Now, this is a lounge space with semi-outdoor space, an outdoor space, and an indoor space. The conceptual idea of this space with light was to reveal the material of the elements through light. So if you see how we have treated each element is to reveal its true nature. Like, I mean, if you see this form exposed concrete coffers, we wanted to show the concrete elements into it. If you see the patina finish under the bar counter, we wanted to show the textural aspects of the patina. And the textured natural stone cladding that you see on the backdrop, we wanted a person who is visiting this space to experience the textural elements of the whole space throughout. And for this, we had to plan a lot, because, I mean, since this was a form exposed concrete, there was a lot of planning involved, because we had to place all the drivers remote, and we had to make a decision as to how many fixtures will be looped into one circuit and how many fixtures will be driven by one driver. So all this planning had to happen before the construction stage, because after the construction, there was no scope of doing anything. Again, this was a project which we recently completed in Bangalore. This is a high-end restaurant and lounge space in Bangalore. And the requirement was to create spaces, multiple spaces within the restaurant itself, because they wanted to have various activities in the whole space, and they wanted diverse experiences throughout the space. Of course, architecturally, the architects had done their job brilliantly. So they had, the entrance was like a semi-enclosed space with a lot of greenery, and then as you go in, it was more a lounge feel to the space. Since this space had a lot of depth, we wanted to bring out the character of the architecture. And on the first floor, they wanted it to be used as a private party space, and the same space could convert into a private PDR, also a dining space too. So using light and the right control, we were able to work on this space. Like, I mean, if you see this entrance space, we made sure that the greens are picked up, though the density of the greens is not so high as a semi-outdoor space you would expect. But then perceptually, these greens are very dominating when you are seated in the space. And lighting it up in the right way, it helped us create this experience in the space that this is a nice semi-outdoor space. See, this was a very, very interesting slide that I had come across from one of my teachers at the master's program. And this has made a very lasting impression for me throughout my career. So this was a simple slide which talked about how we see the world. You know, we have these two very distinct, I would say, filters which make us look at things the way we are looking at it. One is the cultural image, the way we are brought up, or what happens around us, what we think is right and what we think is wrong. And the second filter is our personal experiences, which mold us to see things in a certain way. And I think when we interact with the clients, we try to understand what these filters for them would be, or we try to strike this conversation with them to understand what their filters are, what is right for them, what is wrong for them. And over a period of time, I'm pretty convinced that, you know, it is, as a designer, I don't try to impose my thoughts to a solution. I try to take inclusive decisions with the clients, which will make the product not just a product that is mine, but a product that is a solution that's come out from a collective thinking. And it helps quite a bit because everyone feels that they are the owner of that particular solution.